Hey guys, welcome to Tech Time. I'm your host Niru, and just recently Samsung unveiled their latest smartphones, the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. And this video is basically everything you need to know about these new smartphones which were released. And I also just realized that this is actually my very first video about a Samsung phone, so let's get into it. And just one more thing before we actually begin. This might have been the worst release for Samsung, and I'm not talking about the phones itself, I'm talking about the actual launch event. And it was probably the worst because of the rumors. Rumors happen all the time, but literally everybody knew everything about the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus before it even released. The leaks were so bad that the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus launch video was uploaded onto YouTube before Samsung even got around to showing it. And more than 394,000 people watched it on YouTube before Samsung showed it. There were actually a few models of the Samsung phone released this time around. So we had the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus, and we also had the Enterprise Edition of each of the phones. The Enterprise Edition is really no different from any of the other Samsung phones they just released. It's just that it has an extended warranty and up to 4 years security updates. Enough small talk, let's just kick things off with the design of the S9. The S9 is very similar in design to the S8 and S8 Plus, except that the screen is positioned a little more towards the bottom, but the screen to body ratio is still the same, and they still have the same glass screen which spills over the edges of the phone and the very curved edges. There's also no fingerprint reader under the screen. They simply moved it below the camera instead of it being directly to the side of the camera because of all the hate they got last year. Moving on to the camera department, the main change this year was with the variable aperture settings. So with this variable aperture settings, you can adjust the amount of light coming into a shot depending on the amount of light that you have. This will be done automatically, but it can be adjusted manually too. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus will have a dual camera setup which is vertical. Yeah, they're totally the first people to do that, aren't they? In the specs department for the S9, the US looks set to get a phone powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, and the rest of the world will be getting Samsung's own Exynos 9810 chipset. This means 30% improved power, albeit still a 4GB of RAM inside. For the battery in the Samsung S9, it's identical to the S8, 3000 mAh. They're not really pushing with the battery because, you know, Note 7. But even with the 3000 mAh power battery, the improved CPU inside will likely lead to a real boost in battery life. And this means that most Galaxy S9 users should easily get more than a 1-day battery life off a single charge. And now moving on to other key features of the phone that I haven't mentioned yet. Samsung S9 is going to be coming with stereo speakers now. A bit late, but it's a welcome addition. And Samsung has also improved the iris scanning to directly compete with Apple's Face ID. It's not even a real competition here, but they've done it anyway. The iris scanning probably won't be the greatest feature of the S9. I mean, it wasn't last year, I highly doubt it's going to be this year either. The S9 also has a facial tracking feature which allows you to turn your face into an emoji. Where have I heard that before? Actually, no, I think Samsung's the first people to actually do that. And that's basically all the highlights of the Samsung S9 that you need to know. And I think it will be a great phone, especially in the specs department. The benchmark results of the phone is incredibly high, almost as high as the iPhone X. But the only real downside I see with the Samsung S9 is that it kind of brings back the old joke of Samsung copied Apple once again. And that's all for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, have a great life.